So hello and welcome friends. In this video we are going to see how to update the employee details. So this is my first home page which is having the all the employee details here. So on click on this edit icon, I need to route to the update page. So I'm going to use the same page which I have used to add employee. For add employee, which page I have used, I am going to use that same page. And but with the router link I'm passing the employee ID as well, because as you can see this one inside my REST employee management API, the put function having the employee ID, sorry, employees then ID also. So identify that update employee, I need to pass the IDs also so that it can be updated. So what I need to do here, like I need to first provide the routing method. So we need to go on app routing.ts file, app routing module.ts, and we need to pass this same routing to my add employee page. But we need to pass as the same time we need to pass the this one employee ID as well. So whenever the update employee will get called, my route will get called to this one uh, add employee page. Okay, slash colon id, you can make this, yeah, or you can like do only like this only. So whenever this update employee colon id will get called, it will hit my add employee page. Okay, so we are going to use the same page and we will have the id, then we call the function to get employee by id. And when we get the employee by id, we will put all the data on the front page of add employee page. Okay, because we are not going to use the different page for update employee. So as you can see the pages pages loaded successfully. Now let me click on the employee. So update employee is getting called with the id as well. 253 is the id of the employee. So if we are on the right path, like whenever I click on the employee, the routing is getting created also, and we are getting the employee ID. So as you can see that employee management API, to get the employee by ID, I need to pass the ID with the HTTP GET request. Okay, and to update, I need to call the employee slash ID with HTTP put request. So we need to create a two function, one for get employee by ID and another for update the employee. So just go inside the employee, add employee service.ts, and we are gonna add these two function, get all employee and update employee by id. So to get employee by id, we need to pass the employee id, and in return we will get the employee from the Spring Boot. So the same thing I have done here also. This url slash id we are getting from the front end. Like when user click on the edit button, we are passing the id, and using that id we are passing to the Spring Boot, and in the response we will get the employee details. For the update employee, we need to pass the whole employee with the employee id. So url, in url we are passing the employee id, and as well we are passing the emp object also in the http put method. So these two methods are responsible for get employee by id and update employee. So as we are using the same page for add employee and update employee, as you can see, for add employee we are just calling the add employee route, but for update employee we are calling the update employee route with id, but on the same page. So on the same page we need to identify like the request is for add employee or update employee. So what we are going to do, this like everything is coming on my add employee page. So I'm going to add employee page, and I need to update that ng on edit function. Like if the employee has the id, then I need to pass the id to my service class and to get all the employee details. Okay, So like what I'm doing here, this dot employee as name employee I have created an object, and like I'm getting the parameter of the id. Whatever, if the id is null, then it will not give me anything. If id is not null, then we will, like, if it is the call for the update employee, then we will get the id in that route. So we are getting that id using activated route, this param map method, and then we are printing on the console, and we are checking if the id is not null, then we need to call the get employee by id function, and we need to set the that coming employee in the this dot employee, and then this dot employee will directly come to the front page. Okay, so let's see, just save it the code. So this is my front page. Now I just click on add I update employee, then id is not null, setting detail for employee, but no data is coming here. We'll see if the request is went through my Spring Boot. No, it's still working, I think so, because this is the get all employee details only. id is not null, setting for the employee, so it is inside this function, but it is calling the get employee by id also. Yeah, so we are getting in the console like get to one employee details. It will yeah, so we are getting the one employee details from the Spring Boot also, and it is also coming to my front page. Now just go again to the home page and click on the Mukesh. So we are getting Mukesh also. So first time it took time, but now it is working properly. So get one employee is working properly. Now on click on this save button, we need to call the update method, but as we are using the same function, we need to identify first key, is it update employee call or it is add employee call. So that we'll see in the next video. But here what we have done, we have added the route first on the edit employee in app routing module.ts, and we have passed the id on the same page, like we have passed the id on the same add employee page. On add employee page.ts file, we are checking the employee id is null or not. If it is not null, then we are getting the details by get by id employee, get employee by id function, and then we are passing this data to the front page. And as you can see, the add employee page.html, we have already provided the value as emp.empid, emp.empname, and emp.dep name. By using this feature, it is directly populating to the front page. Okay, so we'll see in the next video update function, like on click on the save button, how to identify is it the call for the add employee or is it a call for update employee. So please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.